And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Play action now. Prescott rolling to his right. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, He's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Here you go.
First down, Prescott. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Kill.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. And you remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can. And it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And how about that return as he's hauled away inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Penny, a first down carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Partners, we well know long kickoff returns set up big-time momentum for the team with the ball. But how about the defense? They've gone on the field, understood the situation, and really have held up strong.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there.
Absolutely.
Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
Yeah, now they'll try to pile on. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. Prescott now on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go, 46, 46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go, 47, 47, 26. Here we go, 47. 26.
Cook following the penalty. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago. Oh, Prescott stripped. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Then we're going to 53. 53.
Prescott off play action. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Prescott. And Matthews has it right side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson, going to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Come on, let's go. Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Wilson will throw again. And that's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And that'll make it third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. A handoff to Penny. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. They go play action here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Let's go, get out, get out. Here we go, 47. 26.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
3 down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. After the penalty, it's Penny. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's a give to Penny. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Third and long. It's Wilson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And it's fielded at the 34. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving.
Hugo, 46. 46. Hugo, 46. 46.
They'll throw again. Prescott is going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
46.
And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings, they'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Flushed out right toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On first down, Murray. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
It's coming now.
That was second down run for Murray. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Swing to the field, right. To the right.
On play action, Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
A handoff. It's Murray. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Switch and A. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of. He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So that'll back them up 5. A false start backs them up 5. First and 15. From the shotgun, Wilson. Dancing to his left. Got some room at the 30. Look at this spin.
Balance.
As they finally wrangle him in at the 48. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing. Let's go get it right here. Come on.
On second down, here's Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And the Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
This is Carson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it with Penny. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, The way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
46.
3rd and long for Prescott. He's going to float this over the middle into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Penny on the counter. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play? That's what you need for a good counter. You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. On 1st down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out, fumble. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. 2nd down, Prescott. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And now off to the races down the right side. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll run. Murray. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Santos with the extra point, and that makes it 24-13. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. On second down, Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Tempo, tempo. Got it.
The handoff running left is Penny. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now Wilson on second down. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Eric Kendricks in there to get him for a loss of 5. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
14, run it.
Now Wilson on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Looking to throw on second down. Wilson forced out to his left. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth.
Here you go. Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Switch. Switch is 8. 26. Here we go, 46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
A gain of 8 and a 1st down.
We're going to 54. 26.
Prescott from the gun. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And again, it's Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
46. 26.
Prescott yet again. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Move. Here we go, 46, 46. Gun. There we go, kill. I got it. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Here we go, 46. 26. 46. 46.
To the air again, Prescott. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's working on a string of 8 straight completions.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Javon Hargrave in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Here go 46. 26.
Here's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Vikings on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here go 48. Here go 46. 26.
Now Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Matthews that time. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with Penny. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Throwing is Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
4 down. 14.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
Let's get it.
The pitch goes to Penny, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
On 3rd down, Penny. And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Oh, wide open, complete, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cameron Meredith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. So here now is Prescott as his guys will go for the 2-point conversion. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Santos now to add the PAT. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. Well, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it. Minnesota football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. 26.
Now Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Seahawks, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.